It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. And for Brooklyn, coming off a loss in the first game of the season, they'll no doubt be anxious to put tonight's contest in the win column and avoid an 0-2 start. Last time out for them, Freak set a career high in points. He's shown glimpses of what he's capable of before. Shaq, was his outburst a one-time thing, or can we expect more of that from him?
You know, he's a smart player. You know, the last game he had a matchup he felt he could exploit, and he made the most of it. You know, I saw his coach on the sideline calling plays. He was waving his coach off saying, no, this guy's barbecue chicken. I'm going to take him to
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. The New York Knicks come into this one after a win against the Indiana Pacers. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was...
Cody Zeller, Derek Williams, Freak.
The Knicks leading by 3. Let's find out what Doris Burke has. Sports.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. He said that they will be focusing a lot of their defensive effort into slowing down Carmelo Anthony. I asked him for specifics, and he said, Melo is such a dynamic player, there really isn't any single thing we'll do that will be the answer. Instead, we're just going to throw everything we have at him and see how he handles it. Guys?
Thanks again, Doris. Pass to Lopez. And again, it's the Nets missing. Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to the Boston Celtics.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
And I think that's exactly what they have to do, guys. Don't dwell on the final score. You know, think about the things you did well and move forward and take it from there.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And checking out the numbers for Young. Good season for him last year. Last season put up about 16 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Sure is. I mean, he thinks every rebound is his, and most of them are. That's why he's putting up such big numbers.
And the Nets making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Lopez, no luck.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Stevenson kicks to Jack. Young with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Stevenson outside. Here's Lopez. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Here's Johnson. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Indiana.
And how about how opportunistic he was defensively? Steal after steal for him in that game just showed the quickness of his hands and anticipation.
And whenever Freak finds himself in New York, Clark, you can always bet on seeing his mom and dad in the stands watching him play.
Well, Freak is somewhat the pride of New York with his roots and ties to the city. When they own you, they embrace you, you're theirs. And it's always nice to see a player getting that kind of love from the hometown fan.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Guys, he's got the length to get to the rim, and when he gets there, you never see a clumsy or awkward finish out of him. Everything is smooth and fluid.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Robinson's checked in for Young, and it's Mayo in for Jarrett Jack.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Stevenson. And that one goes long.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Johnson with it. Now Mayo defending. Johnson goes in, and he jams it with authority.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Back to Mayo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, Stevenson. The Knicks pull it in.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Nets trail by 7. Lopez a screen. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Mayo against Johnson. Lopez dishes to Stevenson. Green with the rebound.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Johnson outside. And the layup's good off the glass. And now a 9-point Knicks lead.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. Not good shot selection, long range, and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Really, the right play defensively, if you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Spates checked in for Brook Lopez. And New York with a change here, too. O'Quinn's checked in. Stevenson with a clean look. And he gets it to go from the corner. Stevenson's got his second basket of the night. Zeller, a screen on Mayo. Johnson outside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Good on both.
The defense keeps coming up short. Just no solution for Johnson. He already has 8 points, and when it comes to rebounding, he's had a nice night there, too.
He's not afraid to mix it up there in the middle, getting in there and doing a lot of the dirty work.
Off the pick. Good. He hits the jump shot.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Mayo drives in. A second chance effort. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes on Cody Zeller.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And both free throws good for Spates. The Knicks leading by 9. Johnson with it. Now Mayo defending. That's good. 12 points for Johnson.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Here's Mayo. From deep 3-point range. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively. Huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for New York.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
They also haven't been afraid to take it strong to the hoop early on tonight. I like that.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Brooklyn now, Bogdanovich out there with Robinson. Then it's Jarrett Jack. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2. Shot clock at 3. From deep. No good from Jack.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Spates sets a screen. Jack passes to Hollis Jefferson. And Bogdanovich kicks to Spates. The Nets need to get a shot off here. That one's in there. The Nets lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Jack.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Johnson attacking. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
The plan of a is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
There's a screen by Robinson. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Johnson outside. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers was just a man on a mission. He finished with 36 points.
Brooklyn making some changes. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Spates. Lance Stevenson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Mayo in for Jarrett Jack. And then for New York, Cody Zeller's checked in for Lopez. Green comes in for Porzingis. And it's Johnson in for Jose Calderon. Stevenson drives in. Soft touch off the glass. Stevenson's got 6.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
A nice shot by Zeller.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Nets trail by 13. Mayo kicks to Stevenson. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Aflalo.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Robinson's checked in for Thaddeus Young. And a switcher also for New York. Derek Williams checked in for Aaron Aflalo. Now here's Stevenson. He's got 6, out of bounds. New York takes possession.
A chance here now to see how the Nets ranked in the NBA last season. 10th in rebounding, 14th in fast break points. And on the offensive board, I mean, they could have been better, really. I mean, they were only in the top 20 in the league in second chance points.
And I like how they held their own on the boards. I mean, that's so critical. They brought that effort and fortitude to battle every night, just never backing down.
Robinson sets a screen for Stevenson. Passes it to Mayo. Out to the right wing. Here's Bogdanovich. And again, it's the Nets missing.
You know, they did a good job in the first quarter getting themselves to the line, but here in the second, they've gone away from it.
Yeah, everything's been perimeter-oriented, and you have to be hitting shots to play that way.
Green against Stevenson. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Williams with the steal. There's 1:34 left in the first half of the game. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Anthony. Nets trail by 17. Mayo with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Nets shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. The Knicks leading by 14. Johnson outside. 107 left. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Big time play at the basket right there, fellas.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Elbow shot. It's rebounded by New York. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around in the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
And guys, that's an alley-oop I guarantee you we'll be seeing on the highlight reels for the next few days.
Mayo kicks to Robinson. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Lopez can't get it to go. And a fast break now for New York. And the jam by Derek Williams.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you do it the way they're doing it on the road. That's special.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Knicks out front, running away with this one. And now let's catch up with
Certainly good numbers from you shooting the ball in the first half. What has been your approach on offense?
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going. Brooklyn making some changes. Spates comes in for Brook Lopez. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Bogdanovich. And then for New York, Cody Zeller's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Johnson in for Jose Calderon. And New York, looking at who they've got. Johnson, he's in at point guard. Cody Zeller out there with Derek Williams. Then it's Anthony, and it's Aflalo in at the 2-guard spot. Johnson outside.
Move the ball and stick it to lunch.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Anthony against Stevenson. It's stolen by Johnson. By himself, a huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
No luck, so Brooklyn will take it the other way. Outside Jack. Inside, Stevenson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
O.J. Mayo is checked in for Brooklyn. The Knicks also changing it up. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Anthony. And it's Gerald Green in for Aaron Aflalo. Zeller, a screen on Mayo. Up off the screen. Stevenson against Green. And here is Mayo. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Sticking too much.
Here's Johnson, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam.
Boy, the defender might have to put his shoes back on after that move. Wow.
A chance here to get a quick injury report.
It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury. That's a bitter pill for them to swallow at such an early stage of the season. It really changes the look of this entire team, guys.
All right, Doris, really appreciate you finding out how he's doing.
And, you know, I know everyone is rooting for him to make a quick and full recovery.
Absolutely. I mean, his teammates want him back out there as much as he wants to be back out there.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Here's Space, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Mayo against Johnson. And a strong finish with two hands.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has, to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
The Nets have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
And taking a look here at the numbers for O'Quinn, how he did last season. Put up about 5 points per, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Back to Mayo. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. Number 1, the Knicks.
You know, they made that a point of emphasis a season ago. I mean, they spent a lot of time in practice drilling their free throws, and I think it really paid off with the best percentage in the league.
And he makes both free throws.
Just a fantastic game for Spates. 9 points, and some of his offense coming at the foul line with 5 points there.
Clark, 5 pretty big points indeed.
All right, now, I want everyone here at the Barclays.
Well, we got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. First in free throw percentage, 8th in scoring, and they were in the top 10 in steals as well. I mean, this is a team that really gets after people defensively. Deflections, pressure on the ball, all of that leads to steals.
And don't forget how special they were at the foul line. Sometimes that can be an underrated stat, but they were tremendous, and it definitely sealed some wins down the stretch.
No one near Mayo as he lets it go. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Johnson against Mayo. Johnson goes in, and he dunks it down.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has, to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
And here's Mayo from beyond the arc. Count the bucket.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Johnson outside. And the basket good. Johnson's got 36.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
The pass to Spates. Dishes it to Mayo. At the top of the key, Spates. Mayo up top. Puts one up from 19. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. It's going to be on 3. Brook Lopez is checked in for Brooklyn. Bogdanovich comes in for Lance Stevenson. And a switcher also for New York. Robin Lopez is checked in for Zeller.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Johnson outside. Clock at 4.
Nasty. It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. Position here for Brooklyn. Spates checked in for McCullough. Robinson comes in for Bogdanovich. Young's checked in for O.J. Mayo. And Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Donald Sloan. And then for New York, Porzingis, he's checked in for Booker. Calderon comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Johnson in for Grant. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Young. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Robinson in at the 3 slot. So that's the Nets 5. Johnson outside.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Johnson's got 40 points. The Nets have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He dishes it to Spates, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Yeah, big blunder there, and that could really cost him.
Yeah, and the timing of it was bad, too. I mean, they're trying to cut down and cut into the lead. Just a tough, bad break there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Mayo comes in for Brook Lopez, and Donald Sloan subbed in for Robinson. Here's Johnson. They grab their own miss. Second shot opportunity, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws. They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Feeds it to Spates. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
That's his third personal foul.
And that one falls for Spates.
Maurice Spates. At the line for 2.
And both free throws good for Spates. New York's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Johnson outside.
Sticking too much.
1:49 left in the fourth. Unhindered, going all the way. Here's Mayo. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Mayo's got 9 points in the quarter.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Johnson outside. The rebound by Young. Young's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Knicks.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Johnson. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now the dish to Calderon. From the wing. Can't hit. The Nets go the other way with it. Hollis Jefferson passes to Sloan. Nets passing it around. There's the screen. And count the basket. He was fouled. So no problem for New York as they...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
I know Freak's going to have a lot of people back home in Harlem extremely proud of the way he played tonight.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
On some chips, we go 0 to 100. Real cool.